All right, so today we're going to focus on 5 lies or crazy statements that Joe Biden made during his town hall. He had more than that, but we'll just focus on 5 for now. The first is Joe Biden stated that 8-year-olds should be allowed to decide that they are transgender. Biden quote, "The idea that an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old child decides, I want to be transgender, that's what I think I'd like to be. It'd make my life a lot easier. There should be zero discrimination." Well, the problem is that if you actually look at studies, a couple of them I've quoted here, it shows that most kids actually grow out of it when they have done gender dysphoria. There's a study in 1980 by Dr. Richard Green of young boys with gender dysphoria found that only 44 boys, one of 44 boys, was gender dysphoric by adolescence or adulthood. More recently, in 2008, a study by Madeline S. Sewaleen at the VU University Medical Center in the Netherlands reported that in a group of 77 young people, ages 5 to 12, who had gender dysphoria at the start of the study, 70% of the boys and 36% of the girls were no longer gender dysphoric after an average of 10 years follow-up. Obviously, once the kids hit puberty, a lot of times they do decide that they no longer want to be a boy or a girl, that they chose that they wanted to be the opposite of their actual birth gender. The next crazy statement Joe Biden made said police should shoot criminals in the leg. You see, Biden said you can ban chokeholds, but beyond that, you have to teach people how to de-escalate circumstances. De-escalate. So instead of anybody coming at you and the first thing you do is shoot to kill, you shoot them in the leg. Problems with that, if you know anything about the human body, there's major veins and arteries in the legs and in the arms as well. A direct bullet to any of these can actually result in major blood loss. There's actually a lot of large bones in the leg as well, which can shatter and they become shrapnel if struck by a bullet, which actually rips into the veins and arteries. Bullets change directions after they hit tissue or a bone. So whether you're shooting in the chest, the leg, and arm, once you hit tissue or bone, that bullet changes directions, which creates injuries that kill in a matter of either seconds or minutes. And legs are much smaller targets than the torso, so you're increasing the risk of an innocent bystander downrange being hit by a stray bullet. Third crazy Joe Biden statement wants to give all first-time homebuyers $15,000 for a down payment. He said, we're going to guarantee first-time homebuyers a $15,000 down payment. Well, there's about 2 million first-time homebuyers per year. $15,000 by 2 million, that's about $30 billion annually. Who's paying for this? The taxpayers, means higher taxes for everyone, regardless of what Joe Biden says. Number 4, he states Judge Amy Coney Barrett doesn't have a judicial philosophy. Quote from Biden, "I don't even think she has laid out much of a judicial philosophy in terms of the basis upon which she thinks." Completely wrong. She addressed this in the very first set of questions she was asked. One such quote, when they were talking about what does it mean to be an originalist or a textualist, she states, "In English, that means that I interpret the Constitution as a law, that I interpret its text as text, and I understand it to have the meaning that it had at the time people ratified it. So that meaning doesn't change over time, and it's not up to me to update it or infuse my own policy views into it." And the 5th one is Joe Biden claims the Boilermakers in Pennsylvania endorse him. They have actually endorsed Donald Trump. You see here a letter from the Boilermakers, Local 154 in Pennsylvania, from September 2nd, 2020. "Dear President Trump, on behalf of Boilermakers Local 154, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I am writing this letter to endorse your campaign for President of the United States of America. I represent over 2,500 active and retired members in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia, and your administration has convinced my members that you will protect the future of our industry." I won't read the entire letter to you. You can pause the video and read it yourself, or just Google it. You will find it. So that is it for today. If you like the content, please like and subscribe, share the video, and thank you for watching. You have a good day.